Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer. So, we're in a bit of an awkward position. Our empire is sort of long and narrow and surrounded by potentially hostile people. We gotta deal with Midland, and I think we should do it sooner rather than later. They're only gonna get more powerful. They're big enough now to start threatening their neighbors and taking them over. And we will do that just as soon as we finish cleaning up this nonsense. So I think we're all done for this turn. And listen, Balthazar Gelt's ready. We gotta be ready too. I can't let him down. I'm sure whatever happened to his face was a tragedy that men are not meant to experience, so I'd feel bad about making things any worse for him. So the Emperor will just secure the northern border for the moment, while Gelt handles this. I think it should be okay with just one army. Salzpug, an enemy shaman belonging to the Crooked Moons, has successfully assaulted some unit in our army. Oh, he slightly damaged one of these units of swordsmen. I think we'll be alright. They say you revel in victory. They say you spend more time erecting monuments to battles past than managing the realm. They say you are a fool. Yeah, we'll see who's the fool. We could punish them to generate a ton of leadership for all our forces, or we could spend more time planning and less time boasting. That's ridiculous. Give me that sweet, sweet punishment. Alright, so now that our army has been the target of a hero action, hero actions against this army are much less effective for a while. I think we can probably basically ignore them. We don't have a regiment of renown that we could recruit. We could get a mortar. If I hold here one turn, we could get a second mortar. You know what? This army doesn't need more siege weapons. I'll just roll with 19 units. It's fine.
Follow me.
Unfortunately, we can't do anything here except burn these down. Who wants to live in these, like, weird mountain holds, right? So what are we doing with all the money? I think we're gonna hold off on upgrading Eilhart for now. How expensive would this be? 1,000 gold to get 10 extra growth? Nah. Hey, maybe we're just sitting on our money for a moment? Honestly, with the kind of income we have now, we could get a third stack going, and we probably should. How far off are we from recruiting our other legendary lord? The Temple of Sigmar must be constructed. Are we... Yeah, okay, we're currently building that. Okay, so in 2 turns we can pull up another legendary lord, start another stack led by a legendary lord, which is always good. In the meantime, actually, you know what we can do is we can recruit a hero to fill in the last slot in that army down south. Okay, we're all good on Empire captains, but we could pull a warrior priest. What are his action types? Damage building, demoralize army. So I don't super care about his action success chances. I think he's probably going to be a fighting hero rather than a map action hero. So this one gives enemy leadership -2 in the local region, and this one gives enemy leadership -2 in the local region. These guys are identical, except this guy's name is Gerhardt, and that guy's name is Gunter. What? Gunter? Sorry, is your last name Quiet? Quiet. Quiet. Yeah, alright. Good enough. You won. Congratulations. Alright, so he'll just sprint south as fast as he can and join up with these guys. That makes it look like it was a plan. Alright, Franz... Or, that's not what I wanted. I just wanted to select him. I think Karl Franz was sitting here because Marienburg is having some approval issues. Is that right? Yeah. And, Reichland's losing public order, but it has so much banked up that it's not a big deal. And you were headed for the mountains. Where exactly? Which one of these is it? Okay, so here. That's going to be a moment. There's an inconvenient river. Wow, active volcano. What else are we trying to do? Ah, yes, we want to get relations going with Nordland, and we got to kill an undead character. That's right. He's gonna go up to here, come back down, and kill an undead character. Okay, well, I think we're working on all of our things. Let's check how Nordland is doing after that gift. They're slowly improving to a positive number, at which point we might be able to wrestle a non-aggression pact out of them. Apparently we're not quite there yet. That's fine. Oh, do we want to spend some of our money here? Yes. Yes, we do. Actually, yeah. Upgrading these is at least worth it. It's an extra 50 money plus some resource production, which will improve our trade income. And our trade income is significant. Yeah, what the heck. Okay. Now, we managed to catch Carrick Norn off guard a little bit. I'm not sure they'll be able to recover in time. They have an army down here that is desperately mustering troops, but if we can wipe out their 2 settlements before this army gets large, I don't think it's going to matter what they do. So the Grimhold should be trivial. Small garrison, no walls. Yeah. This is magic resistance? I don't know. We'll give it to these guys. Because they're heavily armored and they're very valuable troops. So now they're pretty much resistant to all types of damage. Wow, not a lot of loot gained. I don't think I want to spend a turn sacking this when that's like 1 turn of our income right now. The Seed of Rebirth. Constant health regeneration as long as he's in melee. Okay, we probably don't want that on him, actually. Where is Franz? Franz, do you have an item in that slot? A potion of foolhardiness. That's not bad, actually. But I think... Oh, wait, this was a... Was that a talisman? It was. Okay, I like that a lot better than the Pigeon Plucker Pendant, which only has an effect on flying units. Enemy flying units nearby. Yeah, and you stay put. You're in the right place. Okay, we're very close to being done with this. And Gunter needs to get a move on. Right, we are 6 turns off of a proper city in Nuln, which is annoying. And 5 turns off of a proper city in Altdorf. And actually, our growth in Marienburg's really bad too, right? Yeah, it's going to take forever. Well, you know, it's difficult to get and maintain a lot of large cities. Especially because I believe it is the case that every time a city changes hands, the central structure goes down by 1 level. So he's got a bunch of agents sort of following us around and doing their deploy action to gain XP for free every turn, waiting for that on-guard effect to wear off of our army. Alright, Volkmar the Grim is now available, and we have a lot of money to use to bring his army up to speed quickly. A great migration comes to our borders, demanding shelter from larger threats abroad. Do we let them cross into our territory? We would get 15 growth in all provinces, but a huge public order hit. You know what? I'm going to say yes. I think we really, really could use some extra growth that we don't have to pay too much for. And actually, recruitment cost minus 10% is not meaningless either. It is 10 turns of minus 8 public order, but we'll figure it out. So, Fildorf could recruitment cost and experience up. Yeah, I'm not terribly worried about that. What do we want to build here? We could build a rally field. This is Fildorf. Actually, Fildorf is on the sort of the outer edge of the empire. This probably should actually be walls. I don't know that we can afford not to build walls here.
The Empire. Indeed.
Alright, let's march hard, because I'd really like to get rid of... Oh, man. So there's attrition when moving through mountain passes. We maybe want to take the normal move right up to the point where the mountain pass starts.
Onwards.
And then try to hard march through it next turn so we don't have to end our turn in it. And this will give Gunter a little time to catch up. Gunter. I'm probably like way overemphasizing that U sound.
Move.
That does put him technically in that region. He is one step in that region. With the route scouted ahead, Gelt sets out for the Broken Leg Gully to claim the Gromrail for his own. The dwarves can keep their secrets. Gelt will discover the means himself. So I gotta win a battle, and all I get for it is money. I don't even get my quest item. Alright, so we're gonna be fighting a lot of orcs. A little bit of orc cavalry. Wolf chariots can be very annoying. Fast-moving, ranged cavalry. And then a lot of archers and a lot of really bad units, but also reinforcements. Alright, well I certainly don't want to do that while Gelt is understaffed. So we'll worry about that once we've cleared out the Crooked Moon. The other thing we've done is we've unlocked the ability to hire witch hunters now. Dirk Buckhaw, the stupid witch hunter. Yeah, I mean, charge bonus plus 10% is not great. How often do these refresh, I wonder? Oh, we can hire another warrior priest, too. Interesting. I don't know if I will right away. I would really like a witch hunter who has a bonus to, like, actions and stuff. I don't know. We'll probably use him for combat sometimes. And I'm sure we'll be able to hire more in the future. So let's have a look here. What is his blue line? Alright, lowers enemy success chance. Yep, he's really good at killing people. Income from all buildings. Reduction in corruption. That's also valuable for fighting vampires. And actually chaos as well. Misdirector. Okay, so he can get up to a pretty good assassinate chance very quickly. And then his red line looks like pretty basic red line stuff, just plus various stats. Oh, he has missile damage. I guess he's a ranged hero. This is interesting. He has a targeted, like, direct damage attack. Bonus versus large, so he's good at fighting monsters. He can just get a flat 10% ward save. Ward save, in case you're not aware, is just straight damage reduction. You just take 10% less damage for everything. So I guess they're actually pretty great combat heroes, too. Alright, well then I don't feel so bad about taking one that's stupid. Do I want to upgrade this clothier? Probably not, because I'm going to demolish this building at some point. Spaces in walled settlements are too valuable. This one I might not ever get rid of, though. Well, actually, before we go spending a lot of money, let's recruit our legendary lord. So where do I want to pick him up? In Nuln, he'll have an easier time recruiting just mortars, and everything else is better in Reichland. Okay, Reichland it is. Let's get Volkmar the Grim.
Moving out.
Okay, so we now have the ability to make greatswords. I definitely am going to put some greatswords and some Reiksguard in his army. We're gonna build a slightly more elite army for this guy. No more tons of swordsmen. Unfortunately, that means his army's going to be like crazy expensive.
The Empire only crossed the great.
Okay, you have no interesting deals for us.
Approach and make your offer.
Nordland is still not, yeah, they're still not quite there. Oh, some of our gift
I will listen.
diplomacy is wearing off. I'm gonna give them another gift. We're doing alright on money right now. I think we can afford to do this. Even Volkmar could not refuse such a gift, he says. Does Volkmar refuse gifts a lot? Is that a thing he's known for? Alright, everybody else has moved. Our forces are starting to become just a tiny bit more complicated. Alright, Skarsnik and Gobla are on the march, and Fildorf is in some trouble then. And also we're going to have to get our army back out to Visenland so that we can put down the rebellion that is inevitably going to spawn because of the fact that I
By the comet.
allowed that migration event. Okay, we can get through the mountain. We can just barely get through the mountain pass in one move.
Yes, son of Sigmar.
Alright, I guess this is going to be the fastest road, but it's difficult to catch up with an army that's moving at full march. Alright, we have one turn before the extra garrison pops in, and Skarsnik could attack us. He does have more guys than we do. I bet he will. I would if I were him. So this can't be upgraded anymore until we get to level 5. At which point it gives a positively massive reduction in chaos corruption, and also starting recruit rank for heroes. Jeez, that's huge. Alright, where is... Let's have Dirk head over to Vampire Town. He's going to be plan B, in case this captain fails to catch him a vampire. Yeah, unfortunately, we just have to move right up 2 rivers, so that this river is going to break up our next move. There's no bridges around here. Yep. I don't think we can win this. Well, all of his men are just goblins. He does have a hero goblin, though, and he himself is probably very impressive. And he has his legendary weapon and stuff. I don't know that we're going to be able to hold this. Yeah, I don't think so. We're going to get mobbed. Whatever, I'll let him have it. We could have fought that manually and maybe come up with a slightly better result, but I don't think that we would have been able to win. And I'm not too worried about him marauding out there. Once we take Carrick Norn, he has nowhere to get supplies from. Gorkil, an enemy big boss, has blocked Balthazar Gelt's army, so Balthazar Gelt has less move this turn than normal.
Step to it.
That's fine. He actually doesn't need very much move to get where he's going.
No peace, just war.
That is a pretty large garrison, and they've got trolls and stuff. Yeah, let's go ahead and build... Oof. Our army manpower is a little bit low. Well, I obviously don't want to sit here sieging them forever.
I shall be victorious.
We'll build like a ram and a siege tower while we wait for this hero to catch up, and then we'll go.
Forward.
We may have to do that one manually.
What?
Hey, look. Our first attempt. There is only a 5% chance that this will kill our hero, so let's go for it.
Show me the accused.
Hey, it worked. Wow. We've successfully wounded Hildegard von Deal, and gotten ourselves a handy 1,500 gold. The information received indicates that the intrusions are connected with the search for a magic amulet believed to have been buried in the tomb of a powerful lord centuries ago. The fact that the enemy are searching over a large area and in libraries as well as tombs suggests that they are yet to discover the amulet's precise location. However, they seem to be concentrating their efforts within the eastern realms, and this provides a clue. Balthazar Gelt advises the Emperor that the search would best be orchestrated by the colleges of magic, so we have to hire a battle wizard. Well, I do want to build colleges of magic. That's probably what I'm going to do once we have the last slot unlocked there.
Is it time?
And our dude is definitely going for full-on assassin.
Your orders?
So our captain here is no longer needed out here. I guess he just comes home, or maybe he and Witch Hunter can just sort of go marauding through vampire lands, killing everybody. I'm not opposed to that.
Defender of the faith.
All right, Volkmar. What are you gonna do? We should probably pick up some ranged units for his army. I wish I had access to handgunners. What does it take to make a gunsmith? Okay, you can do it in a slot that's locked to tier 3. But obviously it would be better if we could get an engineer's workshop going because steam tanks. I know I have a little bit of a fascination with the steam tanks, but, like, come on, there's steam tanks. Let's demolish this building. We'll build...
Praise Sigma.
We'll build the gunsmith, and then we'll be able to... Oh, actually, I can pick up handgunners. Oh, I thought I had a gunsmith in... I do. Oh, but you have to have the gunsmith and the appropriate rally fields in the same province. Yeah, that's fine. We'll build a gunsmith in Altdorf. The problem with a gunsmith in Nuln, although it will eventually be better in Nuln, is that we can't get Nuln up to level 5 very quickly. Okay, so... Oh yeah, in the meantime, Volkmar, you should hire some more dudes. So these are 244 gold per turn to upkeep. That's more than twice as expensive as a swordsman. I'm going to pick up one more unit of Reichsguard, but we don't want to go super heavy on the cavalry. So what are we going to be fighting in the near future? Vampires and Empire, and that's probably it, actually. We're about to finish up with the goblins. Halberds are potentially going to be useful then. Vampires have a number of monster-type units that these will be effective against, and also the Empire factions have horses. Okay, and Karl Franz is holding things down in Marienburg. Actually, he's probably done holding things down in Marienburg.
Bring me to my men.
Wow, that really doesn't even max out our... or it doesn't even make our approval positive here. That's crazy. Alright, then I think we're just holding out for now. Actually, we should repair Fildorf now that Skarsnik has run off, it seems like. It's expensive, man. And we do need to keep our income rolling in. Yeah, Wissenberg's a safe place to build another, to upgrade one of these.
By the comet.
Man, 16 turns of holdout. Carrick Norn must have some serious supplies in it. Alright, we're gonna have to fix this. Actually, maybe I should send the Witch Hunter down here and try to assassinate Skarsnik. That army is going to be a lot less dangerous without a high-level lord with a ton of red line skills. Oh, and we are being raided by beastmen. Man. Gorkil failed to assassinate Gunter Quit. Oh, and we finished tech. +5 leadership for infantry. Cool. Nurjug Throat Cruncher has successfully injured somebody. He injured one of our units. Yeah, their heroes are going super hard on us. Oh, wait, it's kind of annoying. Alright, you just need to keep running.
Grand Theogenist.
Sure. Oh, I didn't look at his skills. Let's have a look at what makes him special. So, he has battle prayers, which are nice. He can eventually get the War Altar of Sigmar, which I bet is pretty cool. And a big cooldown reduction. 50% missile resistance for flagellants. Looks like a lot of this stuff is the same as the other people's red lines, though. Oh, big weapon strength and charge bonus for flagellants. Actually, maybe we should put a bunch of flagellants in this army. Yeah, let's do that. These guys are cheapish. They're not so much more expensive than swords. And they seem to be okay, maybe not great. So now that we have our Temple of Sigmar up, we can reduce vampiric and chaos corruption in all of our faction, or all of our settlements. +2 public order everywhere. That actually sounds pretty good. And plus recruit rank for warrior priests and witch hunters. Man, you can probably recruit witch hunters at a pretty high level if you stack up all of these effects. We've seen quite a few things that give improved witch hunter recruit rank. I'm going to take public order +2 everywhere. That seems very good. We are 1 turn off now of growing capital of Reichland. We're 1 turn off of this. Boy, there's a lot of stuff that's almost ready to happen. Oh, he's tired. After you successfully do something cool, you need to take a little break. So I'm going to have him try to deal with that. Ooh, wow, this is a problem. I'm assuming this guy hates us. Yeah, minus 46. Jeez.
How shall we proceed? Pick up the pace.
Alright, I'm going to have Sideout come down here and just sort of like trail their armies, keep me apprised of the situation, because information is very valuable.
Just war.
And we are extremely on guard right now. Because there's two different on guard effects, one for successful actions and one for failed actions, apparently.
Now,
I did not know that. Alright, we're actually not going to have the money to upgrade Altdorf, I think. May have to sit for a turn or two and stop recruiting units. Although the sacking of Carrick Norn is probably going to be fairly valuable. Yeah, we gotta finish off the Crooked Moon because we have too many other things going on. Whistlin's about to snap. We probably have to run Karl Franz's army over here, actually. It's not the shortest run, either. Okay, do you have the Dwellers Below? Severe damage to a combatant in a large explosion area? That sounds pretty okay. I do want to get you a Barded Warhorse, but I actually don't know how important that is. Obviously the Pegasus is a big deal, but we don't really need to get the Warhorse right now. Yeah, let's pick up Dwellers Below. I do love direct damage spells.
what do you require?
So you go and join them.
By the comet.
And this looks a little bit better now. We don't have any of our siege towers up yet. Let's wait one more turn on the siege of Carrick Norn. Karl Franz is leveling up. He's got his Honest Steel. I am going to pick up the Pegasus for him. Deathclaw's at 15, so it feels like... It feels not great to spend points beyond the first point in these if you're planning to just upgrade his mount again. But moving him up to flying right now is a significant benefit. Actually, it could be Volkmar. Volkmar's got 12 units, many of whom are relatively elite. Volkmar could deal with the rebellion over here. Yeah, that'll be fine. And Altdorf upgrades for 7,200. So that's going to have to wait a minute. I see vampire armies starting to move forward.
Does Franz not dare to come before me and kneel?
Averland and Sturland are at war with them.
Have ever been.
Okay, as well as the Border Princes of the Jagged Horde tribe, neither of which are any of our concern. Oh, I forgot I was at war with a Wood Elf faction. Oh, we should also... Nordland's gotta be coming around by now, right? Oh, they're headed toward 14.
Approach and make your offer, but I make no promise.
Really? Even at 10? I mean, I know he distrusts us and everything. Well, I don't have the money to give him another gift. If we can't get something positive out of him pretty soon, all that gifting we've already done is going to feel pretty wasted. Alright, so we're waiting one more turn on that. Dirk needs to get over here and catch Skarsnik. Unfortunately, commanding heroes to kill people costs money. We do not have a huge amount of spare money. I guess putting down the rebellion here might be useful. Ooh. That's interesting. Why is this one auto-resolving so much differently than the other one? I think we actually will win that. Not with close defeat. Alright, well, whatever. We're gonna let Skarsnik have his day in the sun for now. Oh no, he's gonna try to kill my witch hunter. And I think his plan... That's weird, the camera snapped over here. His plan might be to use the underground movement mode that they have. Ooh, very much like that. His plan may be to use the underground movement mode that greenskin armies have to come to the defense of Carrick Norn, so we should deal with that. Okay, a lot of stuff happened. They tried to assassinate us. They failed at everything because they're terrible.
Not a chance.
I trust no man.
Could you get Skarsnik, do you think? 24%. Harsh. We might be able to take care of his big boss. And actually, that might be helpful. Yeah, that has a reasonable chance of working. Let's see if we can pull that off.
Judgment is death.
Wow. This guy is rolling pretty well. So we took the big boss out of that army. That's going to make them much less capable of doing anything dangerous, because these goblin units are just bad. They're just not good units. Alright, well, I think we may have to go for this now. I think we may be out of time, because, like,
Just war.
I do believe that Skarsnik is coming to reinforce. But let's do some other stuff first.
See Sigmar's hand in this.
It shouldn't really be a close victory, but okay, I'll take it. 3% replenishment is not that great. Let's execute the captives for leadership so that we can win the following battle by a larger amount.
Moving.
I think Volkmar is going to have to
I will cast out all
head down to reinforce. It's really pretty awkward, though. The only way into this mountain range is through this pass down here or this one up here. Let's have him go to Nuln for now, so he's not taking attrition from the mountain and forest area. We'll get him his mount and route marcher, both of which are very valuable. Yeah, and then he just needs to chill out for a turn. Man, I want to go after Todbringer so much. I was hoping that Volkmar's army could allow that to happen, but I think he really is too busy.
I shall be victorious.
So do we want to attack Carrick Norn now? If we don't, we might get ambushed. But the ambush is not very good. This garrison is mostly goblins, but night goblins are much better fighters than just those like goblins with spears that we saw in Skarsnik's army. I don't know, I may or may not be able to do that, and I think going for it and failing it would be really costly. What happened to all those vampire armies? Okay, they're just chilling down here. Let's try to keep an eye on those.
Honor to your ancestors.
Okay, we actually have a trade agreement with these guys already. Or no, we can't have a trade agreement with them. Because there's no direct land route. So you have to, in order to trade with somebody, there has to be a route from your capital to their capital, either involving ports or a contiguous land route made up of only your territory and their territory between your capitals. So like we can't trade with Blackstone Post because on the way there is one Bretonnian region between us. If we took Montfort or Giseru, we'd be able to trade with Carrick Ziflin. We're going to have to check with Nordland every turn for a little while.
But my time is short.
If we can stick the non-aggression pact, the fact that we have a treaty with him will generate some approval, and that'll make it much easier to keep moving up that ladder.
Ulrich's will.
I think we can do this. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. Don't have anything else terribly important to do this turn.
I am the Supreme Patriarch.
Out of curiosity, I'm going to quick save this and see what the auto-resolve does. A Pyrrhic victory. Wow, that is very costly. Holy crap. Decent sacking. But I think we're going to go back and play this out. So I'm not allowed to hit escape right now. There we go. Let's load up that quick save, and I'm gonna try to do this manually. I think I can do a better job by hand than the AI did there, and in this case I do think it's relevant, because the AI did a really bad job. So the most important things to remember are basically, the most important thing is let's not get shredded by archers and stuff as we approach the walls. We have a siege tower and a ram. But we also have just like giant cannons, and I'm wondering if I might be able to use the cannons to blow out a portion of the wall, or maybe just the gate, without having to actually get into firing range. So I guess we'll see. We have mortars too. Mortars theoretically should be pretty good at that. And we have a lot of fancy units in this army. There's a lot of regiments of renown of various unit types that we've not seen in action. We also have a battle priest who unfortunately does not have any levels and probably isn't any good at all. But he's better than the empty slot he replaced. Given that this is all the information that was just on screen and everything, I was kind of expecting this load to be pretty fast. What does quick load mean? This isn't what a load that we would call quick where I come from. Oh, I just had something steal focus there. So if we're able to do this with Balthazar and end it with a reasonably strong army, then I think the Crooked Moons are broken. I don't think that Skarsnik is going to be able to do much fighting. His army is in terrible shape, and without the big boss, it's just him and a bunch of maybe the worst infantry unit in the game. Our Goblin Spearmen might actually be worse than Bretonnian Peasants, I'm not sure. Bretonnian Peasants are awfully bad. So Skarsnik will be dead. We can finish him off at our leisure, pretty much. And then, as long as the vampires don't actually attack us, as long as they're busy with other people, I think we can devote all of our armies to a push northward. Okay, back to the loading screen. But this time we're going to have a different loading screen probably, so, you know, a little bit of variety at least. Alright, so they have 3 units of normal archers, 2 units of mounted archers, and trolls. Trolls sound kind of scary, and they do cause fear, and they have regeneration and stuff. In theory, they're pretty good fighting units, but trolls have such low leadership that it's very, very easy to get them to retreat in almost any circumstance. You bring one unit around in front of them and the other unit, another unit around behind them, and that's it. That's all it takes. They'll just completely give up. So I'm not worried about the trolls at all. Also, he can't actually use the trolls in any way in the opening siege section, right? They won't get up on the walls or anything. So there are 2 gates, and then there's another large wall section that doesn't have a gate. I suppose the best thing to do would be to attack this gate. Obviously, attacking the gate that's sort of in the concave means that we'll be in ranged fire longer, because the towers on these walls here will be able to fire at us early, before we are properly in range. That's true, we do have our... I don't think I've actually played a battle with our Lore of Life wizard yet, have I? So we haven't actually gotten to see what he does. 12 is a terrible amount of Winds of Magic, so I'm going to gamble for something a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit better, alright. So let's start deployment. Let's see here. Looks like I don't have a good sense for how far this tower can shoot. It's probably not going to tell me until the tower is manned. What is... Oh, we're in like a little cavern. There's snow falling in from the hole. Okay. Well, this is our entrance point. So, where is the cannon?
Great cannon!
Yes. You're a very good cannon. Nobody doubts it. Wow, the range of the cannon is incredible! So hold up, what if we just back this cannon like way up? Let's put this cannon here. The gate is still well within range. And we'll do siege towers and stuff in a little bit. Let's have everybody else back up. I don't even know that it really matters what arrangement we're in. I guess it matters that the towers need to be in the right places.
The Empire endures! Ready for war!
And the ram's probably pretty awkward to maneuver. Put this over here. Get the cannons that the gate is dead center. And then, yeah, honestly, from here it's pretty academic, I think.
The Empire endures!
I'll put the mortars right here. They can help with the pounding of the...
Rocket battery!
Man, and we have a rocket battery, and the rocket battery also has crazy range. Alright, so... we'll just have our artillery bombard the walls, and okay, so now that they have... oh, hey, wow. The towers have, okay, effectively infinite range. Manned towers have range out past the end of the map. That I was unprepared for because that is not the case, generally. So we did need to start closer. Alright, well. I'm going to attach to the wall here so that we don't have enemies on both sides of us when we go up. We can just sweep them this way. And I think for the most part, people are going to wait for a little bit before we start moving up. I guess I could have the Outriders get really close to the wall over here. They're not going to man all of the towers. They don't have the forces for that, I don't think. Well, no, I suppose there's not really a reason to wait. Let's just grab all these dudes and have them walk, don't run forward. Or I suppose, actually, let's have them run forward because it doesn't matter how tired they get. Because climbing the ladder gets you to infinite tiredness immediately. Doesn't matter how tired they are when they hit the bottom of the wall. We are definitely not moving up the wizards. Yeah, on a lot of maps, the towers can't fire anywhere near all the way to the edge of the map. Okay, we're gonna have this tower down, or we're gonna have this gate down pretty fast.
Sterling's revenge!
Alright, everybody's running.
Yes, General!
Now, these are Outriders, these are missile cavalry. So we get close, yeah, and then we just kind of like bombard these dudes from down here. Gatehouse is almost done for already.
For Heldenhammer!
You know what? I'm going to have them drop their siege equipment. Just get in here. The ram will not be necessary. Okay. Well, I guess Gunter should have been following up with the other troops. I didn't want these guys to follow up because I knew they could come up quickly from behind, but I forgot Gunter doesn't have a horse yet, so he might not even get one. I'm not sure that I did see one. All right, so I think it's time to change the Hellstorm rocket battery to hit the... Actually, everybody just hit the cruise on top of the mortar, and the rocket battery should be pretty good at this. I'm not actually sure about the cannon. The cannon's kind of a straight fire weapon, isn't it? We could try it, I guess. Maybe I should shoot over this way so that they have a little bit clearer shot. Then I know I'm not going to accidentally hit any of my troops at the back or anything. Nah, go ahead and fire here. It looks like the path of fire is high enough that it won't be an issue because we're firing at something that's elevated. I do still want the siege towers to get in. I'm kind of surprised about their archers. It doesn't seem like their archers are anywhere to be seen. They're not like shooting down from the towers or shooting down from the walls with the archers. Alright, so who's leading the charge? I mean, I guess just whoever's closest, right? We're going to get through here and find out that it's all monsters all the time, but like I said, I'm not too worried about the trolls. Like, all the way in. Then you guys, ranged guys, actually I think are mostly going to wait for the siege tower to hit, and we'll have them follow up the siege tower. So they can just shoot up the wall, but maybe we should have them right in now. And yeah, everybody else is doing the right thing. Okay. This would probably also be a good time to find out which of our spells we can cast at grouped up units on top of a wall. Does this work on a wall? It does seem to work on a wall. Can I overcast it? No. Well, let's see what it does. Let's see exactly how effective this is. It's fine. It looks like the answer is a resounding it's whatever. We're definitely dropping the hounds. Right in here. So these troops backing up to flee from our units will flee directly into the dogs. And this doesn't have limited charges or anything. We may as well do it. Well, I'll wait until my melee forces engage. Then we'll have Gelt come in here. He can drop down on somebody. We can throw the speculum out then, because it just works in an area around him. I think the siege tower is stuck. Let's try to. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Take the ground! Yes! Get up there, sir! Climbing the wall, sir! Sigma walls! Outriders!
Okay. The Outriders are no longer getting any damage done. And now it is the time for... Wow, the Hounds have done a number. Now it is the time for more spellcasting. Infinite spellcasting. So what other cool stuff does Errol the Astute have? Let's go for weapon damage. Let's cast this in a place where it's going to hit like everybody. And this is an okay time to come in with the speculum, I think. So we want them actually to be like close to a lot of enemies. They put their lord right up front, such as he is, quote unquote lord. The Hellstorm rocket battery is going to have a hard time getting aim on things that are inside and close to the wall. Yeah, our siege tools may have lost their general effectiveness. The mortars we can target from out there. Oh, I did not mean to unpause, but actually that's fine, I guess. Yeah, I guess just keep shooting at those. Okay, and now that he is in here, we pop this thing, dramatically making everything around him way less effective. Go ahead and leadership up my men, why not? It has no cost. But I think I'm going to just keep him up there for now. Actually, he might even back off because they have ranged units and stuff. So they're rapidly disembarking from the walls. Our Sigmar's sons up here should rout those dudes pretty easily. Come and get it, man. Come in here and get some violence. And then we're just waiting on winds to be able to cast more spells. Swordsmen are doing fine work. We've got to deal with their ranged. That's where his next spells are going. He's actually preemptively dispersing his ranged. He knows what's coming. Oh, the mortar fire is starting to come in. Oh no, that was the spell. Okay, the mortar is aiming. So here we're winning the fight on the wall. Not really so much with the numbers, but definitely in the leadership. Actually, these guys should probably back off and use one of those things, because the gate is pretty plugged right now. Alright, anybody who is up on the wall, who has a ranged attack, who can get fire down onto these nerds, please do it. We just need to break them off a little bit. Keep leadership up on our men. Fortunately, the goblin ranged troops are far too concerned with our guys pouring through the breach to just start firing at our lord, which would probably be fairly effective. Okay, mortars. Maybe watch that nonsense a little bit. I don't know. Find a way to shoot at something meaningful. There's actually very little for my siege weapons to do at this point. Okay. So a lot of their men just broke. Everybody just get through. This means that the outriders can run through as well. Everybody who is on this wall should get down. We have broken the city. We are in charge now. The Hellstorm rocket battery has just run right up to the wall. Right, back up, everybody. Back up. Ah, that was too slow. What are you guys doing? Turn around and fight. Yes, they seem to have rethought their charge a little bit. Honestly, like Night Goblins against Sterling's Revenge, I might bet on Sterling's Revenge there. Let's turn some dudes around here. We need some people to push on these goblins. We're not gonna actually do any meaningful damage to them, but we can get them running. Great swords, apparently very confused about their orders. You know, I get it, it's complicated stuff. We actually probably can just push for... Okay, the square's over there. We probably can just push for the square. They don't seem to have that many guys left. It's kind of annoying the way we keep losing sight of people all the time. Like the units will fade out of vision for just a moment. And the reason that that's really annoying is that our units lose targeting. Hold up. Okay, so this is a good time for an Earthblood. We have a lot of injured people. Yeah, let's cast it like this. Okay, you guys need to get off the wall. I don't know what is taking so long. Okay, I'm going to start diverting troops this way. We have some number of guys giving chase to the ranged units over here, but some of these are ranged cavalry, and we're not going to be able to fight them. So we should probably not chase them. We have to pursue a little bit. Alright, it's important that we keep Gelt moving in with the men because he has that leadership aura. As you can see that blue circle. We can definitely just drop on some goblin archers. Gelt can fight goblin archers by hand, I'm sure of it. Alright, you guys need to hit them. What we need to do mostly with these guys, we're not going to be able to like fight the spider archers because they're just going to run from us and they run faster than we do. But what we need to do with them is force them backward. Get them out of here. So yeah, like these guys all had movement orders that were actually attack orders, and they completely lose track of what they were doing when they lose sight of the enemy for a moment, which is very annoying. Yeah, what the hell? Let's make these goblins lose even harder. It does have a leadership effect, and you can see those dudes are losing leadership just by being engaged in combat with a single unit of mine. Alright, sorry units of swordsmen, you guys are actually just kind of suicide. You are just suicide, guys. Alright, yeah, I guess finish what you're doing. Oh no, my lord is under attack. Yeah, something tells me he'll be alright. Let's finish this off. I had a really hard time getting my units to actually attack the enemy. Even when I click where I think is right on them. Oh hey, guy, come on. Oh. Night Goblin fanatics over here. You can see them swinging their weapons around. These guys are some of the only dangerous troops that the enemies have. I guess we should probably move our siege weapons into the city proper. I've been holding off on that, but I think it's probably smart. So we can definitely use these to help us take the square. You know, I honestly don't know that this is going better than the AI did it. Huh. I double right click here and they're appearing to target just like the wrong direction entirely. Alright, we should be crushing those guys. We're crushing these guys. You guys are dead, unfortunately, but we can pull these units back and make a nice combined push up this alleyway, this nice wide area over here. I think they've mostly given up. All right, they do have some of their spider cavalry back here, but they're just cavalry, and they're just goblins on horse or on mounts. So they have very poor mass, which means that they don't actually charge that well. And my understanding is that that does matter. It's not just I am a cavalry unit, so this is how I charge. It does take into account the unit's mass, and every unit has different mass. So you can see these sneaky goblins over here, fading in and out of vision. Alright, where are all of my ranged units? Because I need to get on their ranged units. And these units of swords need to just keep moving forward, even though they're totally going to get massacred, because somebody's got to get massacred, basically. Get over here. Yeah, as you can see, several of my ranged units stopped moving because we briefly lost control, or we briefly lost vision of somebody for a second. Okay, we've let our winds of magic recharge enough that we can drop some hounds right in the middle of the enemy ranged line here. Yeah, those seem to be pretty effective. They're doing a fair amount of damage.
We are Sigmar's heirs. Ready for war. Our weapons are yours. By my will alone, sir.
Alright, the great swords have taken very little damage.
Soldiers of the Empire. By Ulrich's wrath. Moving fast.
Oh no! There are night goblins in my siege weapons. They're not actually even winning, really. I don't know. They're kicking the ass of these great cannon guys. Alright, just figure that out. Yeah, they're actually, the night goblins are being routed by siege weapon crews. Okay, all of their units gave up. I think that was maybe slightly better. We lost like, oh yeah, no, this tons better. We lost like 900 men or something, didn't we? Last in the auto resolve. That was better. Obviously, I'm not great at the game still somehow. Mortars killed 176, and I bet many of those were enemies. 104 kills on Gelt from the spellcasting. I assume mostly from the spellcasting, although I bet he did butcher him up some goblins when he led that charge on those archers. And, I mean, overall, fine. I'm sure a better player could have gotten a really nice result out of that, because it didn't seem that difficult. But I'm happy with this. I'm happy enough with this, is what I should say. Alright, so that'll be the Crooked Moons basically eliminated. It's good stuff. And that means that we can now run Skarsnik out, and then we can move all of our armies back north, hopefully. I guess I'm presuming there that Stirland and Averland managed to hold out against the vampires. The vampires have not declared war on us or anything, but they could at any moment, especially if they take any territory that's adjacent to my territory. So we'll see. But if we can take down Todbringer to the north, then I think we're in a pretty secure place. Unfortunately, owning territory on the coast means that you have to deal directly with Norska, but we might be able to hide behind Nordland and just make sure that we're reinforcing their armies at important times. We might be able to let Nordland do a lot of the work. Hopefully, by making them a military ally so that we can move that quest along. Okay, we are going to sack it.
It is best to move.
Errol the Astute has seen some things in the enemy that he admires, which
I am ready.
I guess is fine. Listen, we're not going to be fighting a lot of orcs after this point, probably, so. Alright. We do want to pick up steam tank stuff, because I really want to use steam tanks, but he's high enough level now that we can employ his hero unique line. So plus 20 armor on Gelt is not that great, but plus 9 armor for his entire army seems pretty okay. Ammunition and missile damage for gun units, missile damage for steam tanks, and a bunch of stuff for luminarchs, and of course, this is what I'm going for next, I think, the research rate. Now what does this do? 7% income from all buildings in the local province. Okay. And the power reserve stuff is relevant too.
Ulrich's will.
So let's just end the turn. Okay, that is as close to that settlement as we are allowed to end our turn. Alright, you're exhausted, so you can't try to kill Skarsnik. I kind of lose track of what turn I did things on when I have a big battle in the middle of the thing. Alright, and now that we're at 12,000 gold, finally, we've been pushing for this since the beginning of the game. And that means that Nuln also is ready to be upgraded. Ooh, wow, that runs us like really out of money. Well, income's positive, we'll be alright. So we just hit the hour, but let's do 1 or 2 more turns because I want to kind of like wrap up the Crooked Moons here. Yeah, I know, I can't afford to repair them right now, I'll fix it in a minute. So a new rebellion has spawned, but Volkmar's in position to deal with it. We gotta handle this thing next. You guys want peace? Sure. I don't really want to have to deal with them. And I'm pretty sure wood elves also have that move under terrain thing, and I don't want them popping up on top of Gelt. Oh, what is this nonsense? Alright, our walls were damaged. He damaged the walls in Nuln. Interesting.
The righteous hammer of Sigma.
Did they have some kind of plan for attacking Nuln? Because I don't think they can do that. Oh wow, he has like grenade launchers and stuff. Okay, you know what? Fair enough. I will just go back to town then. And we'll wait for Volkmar. We'll wait for Gelt.
By the comet.
Wait, why does he have... I don't think that the garrison should regenerate that much.
A fool's action. Now.
Yeah, that garrison regenerated a crazy amount between turns.
Now. No chance.
It looks like he can't quite reach us to attack us. And we lost, like, everything. But we should be able to still deal with him, I think.
Summon the Elector Counts. Yes.
You know, I'm going to move Franz down here. We might need some help. We can move back up north shortly. Very soon. Seidel. Yeah, I mean, pretty much just follow these guys and tell me what they do. It is important to have scouts. I do not want to get blindsided by 3 armies full of vampires. So he can come down here and start messing with these guys. I guess next turn. We've got to do something about all this raiding. What can I afford to repair here? Well, we can demolish this. It is the drops. Yeah, orcs just come to your cities and fill them with poop. That is a real thing that actually happens. Well, we fixed what we could afford to fix. Our income will be in a much better state once we deal with all the raiding. So the Crooked Moons have a lot of agents running around, but I'm pretty sure they only do have the one. Holy crap, that's so many vampires. Pretty sure they do only have the 1 stack remaining, and it's a very weak stack, so hopefully we can wrap this up in the next turn or two. Looks like there's some infighting among the Beastmen, which is good for us. Wood Elves are confederating. We're being raided. Crooked Moons are trying to attack us in many ways. The Crooked Moons blocked Karl Franz's army to prevent us from reinforcing to deal with the rebels. That's very annoying. It's a thing that really doesn't have a benefit for that. They're just being dicks, basically.
Sigma forbids this.
He is having a hard time with the attrition because he's kind of just standing. He lives in a swamp.
You summon me.
And it turns out the fire swamp is not a good place to make a living. So what do we want to do with you? I don't... Ooh, actually Restorer is pretty great. What does that go up to? 15% replenishment? That's very good. Yeah, I want to pick up combat stuff with him. I want him to be a fighter. Ooh, that's pretty nice. But I think we should pick up Restorer before we do anything else. Because, holy crap, that's a lot of replenishment. We can't quite make it past the mountain pass. I forgot. Actually, if we march out the north side... Nope. Also a mountain pass. Right here isn't. We'll just move as fast as we can. Unfortunately, we're one of like very few factions who don't have access to underground movement. So... Alright, what do we need to build a gunsmith here. 5,000, 7,500, and 11,250. So we're going to need about 20,000 gold to get to our engineer's workshop. Well, we'll get there.
The nation calls.
He should keep trying to assassinate people and stuff. He should, like, make sure we're getting a constant flow of XP. Although... he can't quite reach the vampires. Yeah. Actually, he can go after this guy.
I refuse.
Their lord isn't anybody special, so killing him's not really going to be valuable.
Ready.
We could take a swing at Skarsnik, though.
Disagree with that.
Yeah, fair enough. He still gets XP when he fails an assassination, just less. Unfortunately, Wissenberg we are not going to be able to put back together, so Skarsnik actually could just burn it down.
Yes.
There's not really a lot I could do about it. Bummer, man. We'll have this wrapped up in a second here, thanks to Karl Franz. And then we'll be able to deal with Skarsnik. He's going to try to rebuild, but he has very little income now. The 140 gold that he's getting out of raiding us is the only money he has. And here comes Middenlanders. Why? Okay, and Wood Elves. We're getting along with these guys okay, right? Gorkil has failed to damage the walls in Nuln. Altdorf is experiencing negative growth, but it doesn't matter anymore. Of course, we're being raided. Okay.
Very well.
Let's grab the end of Devastating Charge. And then we need to move you
Strength.
to a position where you can reinforce. And let's get this over
No
with.
peace, just war.
7% is a fair amount of replenishment, but
My orders are to move.
let's take the leadership bonus for the same reason that we usually take the
me to
leadership
my men.
bonus.
Never yield. Yes. Men, I will fight with you.
Because it's not just about winning the battles, right? It's about winning the battles better so that we lose fewer people next time. Okay, extra tax rate. I like that. And he has acquired Runefang. The Runefangs are held by the Elector Counts as symbols of their stately office. They are immensely powerful blades of unsurpassed power. That is a pretty good blade. Man, we should give that to, like,
I command here.
I mean, we can give it to Karl Franz for now. Oh, he has a good weapon already. Maybe we should give it to this guy. Because I'm thinking that a lot of our people who get to hold weapons don't actually engage in combat all that often. You know, Volkmar and Gelt both are probably going to spend a lot of time not actually meleeing people. Wow, is this all mountain pass that we can't travel through without? Man,
Pick up the pace.
the northern route is super dangerous.
I am prince and emperor.
Alright, we do have range to attack Skarsnik, but sadly we don't have the ability to finish him off. He's going to retreat when we hit him, because he's a coward. And then we're not going to be able to finish the job. So, that's right. I was moving toward Lightning Strike, because Lightning Strike is very powerful. Well, let's hit him. We'll at least stop him from mustering. Oh, maybe he's not allowed to retreat if we catch him mustering? Okay, so we push him back. We can't chase him, but that's a pretty good turn.
Bring me to my men.
So we'll finish him off next turn. You guys should get back in Nuln. We're making a little bit of money. Where are these dudes going?
Pray, why talk to you? The Grand Theogonists should declare you traitors and heretics.
Maybe he's going to attack that Jagged Horn tribe army nearby?
Greetings
Well,
on
we're
behalf
at
of the Empire.
8.
Now what brings...
How about if we do a non-aggression pact and a gift at the same time? What if I gave you, like, a lot of money? Man. Alright, I'm going to try gifting him one more time. The gifts wear off over time, and that's part of the reason that we're not seeing much improvement over one gift from the fact that we gave them 2. I'm going to try one more time. 1,500 is not that much. It would really be great if we could get a little bit of traction here. Alright, I think we're going to take Blessed Holy War with him, so we get those flagellants all powered up. We'll have his army just be heavily flagellant.
I trust no man.
Alright, Dirk is available to get stuff done now. 16%. Oh, because he's on guard, because we messed with him earlier. Well, I don't think he's going to do too much running. Their Lord is only rank 2, so removing him from that army is not actually going to have that much of an effect.
Seek out the heretics.
You know what? Let's head toward the vampire armies. We're going to need to interfere some.
Is it time?
I think this guy is maybe going to go join an army.
Step to it.
Yeah, okay. This is a real problem that we are going to have to deal with, but man, I wish we could be done with goblin time. I was not thinking that this was going to take an entire episode. I guess that's what you get when you underestimate the brutal cunning. Yeah, his army's so weak that he can't even attack an unwalled settlement. He's going to try to siege them down. Nope, he decided let's just go for it, and he gets completely wiped out. I'm not ransoming captives from him because I don't want any faction that doesn't like him will view it as a negative if we ransom captives from him, so. Alright, well that should wipe out the Crooked Moons right there, actually. And I'm going to attack these beastmen now with Karl Franz, and hopefully that'll get us a little bit of favor from everybody. So nobody likes beastmen, not even other beastmen. We have looters. Our armies consist of noble state troops, and yet they act like a horde of free company. They loot and pillage across the countryside. That's not okay. Income from sacking settlements up. No, we don't need that. Let's punish these dudes. Crooked Moon have been eliminated, as have the gray beastmen.
The instrument of Sigmar's will.
So let's have Volkmar come down here into reinforcement range.
To war!
Ulrich's will.
Alright, people should appreciate this, I think. So we can set you into march mode.
All evil. Men, war calls.
Okay, the Red Horde tribe has been defeated, and that has got to be worth some approval. I have to imagine the other factions are going to like that. Bigger aura size, missile resistance. No, let's keep working toward Lightning Strike.
Volkmar the Grim.
You guys probably need to get back up north. Although I'm starting to become concerned that maybe we need to stay down here and deal with this. Maybe we can just make friends with Todbringer.
Greetings, my countrymen. You come in peace on this fine Marktag?
Actually, attacking those beastmen really didn't improve matters much, did it? Okay, we're gonna see a big benefit from this gift. Ah. He was talking so friendly. I thought for sure we had it that time. Alright, well I think that we are in slightly less desperate straits now. We can repair that. We still don't have enough money to build anything cool in Altdorf because of the fact that everything keeps falling apart. But we're slowly arcing towards stability. We are 4 turns off of still not quite having enough population to upgrade Marienburg. Ugh. Alright, yeah, this guy's just gonna go and join up with Volkmar.
They will be judged.
So who do we have leader-wise over here? Okay, this is not a very impressive army.
Soon I'll be all-powerful.
Peter, Master of the Court, has a pretty badass army, and he's level 10. He has a lot of skills. And then Helman Gorst has an army that is mostly made up of heroes.
I trust no man.
Am I allowed to just, like, start picking dudes off without declaring formal war? Let's see, 36, 38.
Judgment is death.
Ah. Failed his assassination. Almost leveled up off of it, though. Yeah, we'll just have our witch hunter pick at these vampires until he learns to get it right. And finally... Alright, these guys have made it out of the mountain pass. We desperately need to rebuild this army. Okay, well, that is going to be it. That was quite a bit longer than I meant it to be. But at least we finally got rid of those damn goblins. So, come back next time, tomorrow. I don't actually know what we're going to do, but we may be abandoning the plans to take over the north and turning on these vampires. And we'll see you then.